Good morning, buddy. Just wanted to let you know what I do to prep for the day. As you guys can see, I do go to the gym, and I have a meal plan. I mean, it's very small. I eat about every 2 hours, 7 meals a day. So what I do is I typically use Adobo. Once again, they're not a sponsor, but I definitely like their stuff. One thing you got to be careful with is your seasonings, ensuring that they're not all seasoning salts, because you don't want salty food. So if you're using one that has seasoning salt, there's going to be salt in it. So be careful. So I'll be using that. And then red pepper. I love my food spicy. So I douse some of this stuff on there. And by douse, I mean literally douse. Be careful, because when you cook it, it gets pretty clear, or at least your sinuses are pretty clear. Trust me, everyone starts coughing. It's pretty funny. And then I use garlic. I used to hate garlic. Now it's alright. Still not a big fan. And then of course, black pepper. I love pepper, so I'm definitely generous when it comes to this. So with the adobo, you definitely want to be generous, but not too generous. Just going to sprinkle over the top of your chicken. And just to let you know, I do fillet my chicken because typically I have like 10 minutes to cook. And I don't want raw chicken when I'm eating. So I fillet it so it's easier to cook. If you can hear the click in the background, my wife's ironing some dresses right now. And then I'm going to go ahead, put a fair amount of black pepper. Like I said, I love black pepper. And then just a little bit light on the garlic, because as you can see with the ingredients, you're already going to get some, the ingredients for adobo, you're already going to get some garlic in it, but you can never have too much. That's a lie, because you can't have too much. So like I said, it's a light amount, not too much, not too little. Now for my favorite, but everyone hates, crushed red pepper. So I like putting a lot. I do have a friend that cannot take the heat, so whenever I'm cooking for him, I typically put a very small amount, because I hate when people scrape seasoning off food. That means they didn't like what you made. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to throw it on the pan. I do use oil. I use olive oil because it's better. You should typically not use any type of oil. What you should be using is just either baking it, cooking it in water. Water's not as good. You would think it would soak up all the seasoning, but it doesn't. What you could do is just soak your chicken overnight and then cook it in the water, and you'll still have that good taste. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, one more thing. I'll be right back. Basil leaf. Absolutely love basil leaf. It just gives it a little kick. And it looks like it might have some extra in it. But I am overly generous when it comes to basil. And it tastes really good. I don't know if you could tell, but my chopping board already had seasoning. Because I already did the other side. But I'm about to flip this bad boy and put some basil on the other side. So typically this takes about, I would say, 7 minutes to cook, which is pretty quick. Especially for people who are like, oh, I don't have time in the morning. Okay, trust me. I wake up at 3. So, if I have time, well, of course I have time because I wake up at 3. But I make time. And even when I don't have time, I'm able to. Because it only takes like 7 minutes. You can prep all this before you go to sleep. And in the morning, 7 minutes. Pop it on the pan. Alright, like always, one love.